What is up, everyone? I'm Bob Frisco, and welcome back to Minecraft. We're starting out at the spider farm cottage. I went ahead and finished things up, got the roof. Oh, I'm missing a whole section of stairs there. I will get the roof finished. I thought I was done. I decorated a bit inside, added some workstations, and then just some chests and barrels to kind of clutter up the place. Because in some ways, clutter gives the feeling of life, gives the feeling of something being lived in. And I went ahead and made a simple path. It leads all the way from here back to the base. It's got some bridges over some ravines and some water. It's not perfect. Got some work that needs to be done on it. But it's a nice way to travel. Hopefully in the future, when I'm traveling this path by horse, it'll actually be pretty nice, pretty good way to travel. One short walk later and we are here. The path comes to this point right across the river from my base. So I've been doing a bit of prep work for our next big project. I've been harvesting the sugarcane, and I've been running the cow crusher and getting all of the leather that they're dropping. And what can we do with sugarcane and leather that will really help advance our world? What could we do that will take us out of the early game and get us ready for harder and harder things using leather and sugarcane? The answer is, my friends, we can do magic. Specifically, leather and paper, which we make out of sugarcane, will help us to make an enchanting setup that'll get us all the way to the best enchantments. That's right, guys. Today, we are going to be enchanting. And that means we're going to have to do a few things. First off, we need to get an enchanting table. Checking the recipe book, I don't even have the recipe yet, and I believe that is because I have never held a block of obsidian. We currently have 25 diamonds that I've kind of just been sitting on. We're going to need 2 of them for the table, but we're also going to need 3 of them to make a diamond pickaxe. Boom. Our first diamond gear piece. Eventually, we'll be all covered in diamonds, covered in netherite even. But for now, this feels nice. This is a fun upgrade. I have been a bit stingy with my resources, sticking to iron armor and stone tools. That's just how I've been wanting to play it. But we are getting close to the time where we're going to be able to move forward and start consistently using better gear. We'll make our way down into the mines. See if we can't find ourselves some lava that we can turn into obsidian. Oh, I see some lava at the end of this corridor. That will be a good place to start. And you guys can see here some diamonds that I found, but I left them for once we have the fortune enchantment. So if we get fortune today, we'll come back down and grab these. All right, here we are. We need to safely find our way up to the level the lava is on. And there it is. All right, here we go. When I'm mining obsidian out of lava lakes, I like to have a water source because the water will always hit the lava and turn it into obsidian before I or anything can burn. And now, the very long process of mining a block of obsidian. And there it is. And with that, we've got 4 pieces of obsidian. But while we're down here, I think I'm going to grab a few more. Well, that lava pocket wasn't very big. I mined out the whole thing. Only 15 blocks of obsidian, which is more than enough for what we need to do now. So let's head back up to the surface. We now have most of what we need for our enchanting table. 4 obsidian, 2 diamonds. The only thing we're missing is a book. There she is. The enchanting table. Oh boy, look at that beautiful, beautiful table. However, right now it's kind of lame. Only up to level 6 enchantments. That's no good. We need to create an enchanting setup that'll get us all the way to level 30 enchantments. And to do that, we need bookshelves. 15 bookshelves to be exact. And that's going to take 45 leather and 2 stacks and 7 sugarcane. And then also a bunch of wood. We have a ton of dark oak right now, so we'll use that. Take all of the sugarcane, turn it into paper. Take all that, turn it into books. Then, I don't know why it hasn't given me the recipe for it yet, but this is how you make a bookshelf. And just like that, we have what it takes to make the perfect enchanting setup. But the question is, where? Where should we put our enchanting setup? What location is magical enough for such a powerful, magical part of my base? I've been looking around. I've been doing some thinking about this. I was considering using that pool that we found in the very first episode around the corner. That was a really cool looking pool in a little part of the mountain that was cut away, and I really like that. But I also think that this cave, the one right behind our base, has a lot of potential. And I was thinking that maybe we could tuck it in this corner here and then do some incredible terraforming work to make this a magical, beautiful, wonderful cave. And one of the things that has me sold on this being a good idea is that the cave is right behind this corner of the build. And so if, we were to stick a painting on the wall, but the painting was actually a secret from the very beginning, and you guys didn't even know, and we can hop through the painting right into the magical cave. And that gives us easy access between our storage room and where the enchanting setup's gonna be. Oh, I think this is gonna be cool. I'm super excited. So like I said before, this is the corner that I want to kind of tuck it into. So we're gonna dig some of this out. So functionally, the main thing we need here is a space where we can set down the enchanting table and then have 15 bookshelves surrounding it. So it doesn't need to be too big, but we do need a bit of space. In terms of the style and color palette, I'm definitely still wanting this to be kind of a classic early game Minecraft-y feeling build. But because of what I'm planning on doing with the rest of the cave, I definitely am planning on bringing some light colors into this area. So I think we're probably going to go with oak wood. Yeah, oak wood floor. We'll do some other details. That kind of gives, now that I'm looking at it, it's almost like a little allusion to the mine shafts that you can find underground. Alright, kind of just planning this out. If I wanted my bookshelves here-ish, that would mean the enchanter is there. Yeah, something more or less like this could work really well. So here's a little bit what the walls are gonna look like. A mixture of logs and stripped logs at various depths, kind of sticking in and out at random. I think it's looking pretty good so far. And now I want to try and raise the ceiling up a bit. Alright, I think the walls and the general shape of the ceiling are coming together the way I want them. Let's go ahead and put the enchanting setup in and see how that looks. Alright, now if we throw something in there, yep, level 30 enchantments. Oh, that's so good. But I'm in a very buildy mood right now, so before we actually get to enchanting, I want to do a bit more work on this build, on getting this looking good. And then maybe we'll do some enchanting, and then we'll look at doing the rest of the cave. Now, for what I want to do next, I'm actually going to need to harvest many glowberries. I have plenty of cobblestone. I also want to grab some dirt. So the first thing we're going to do is change up the ceiling a bit by replacing chunks of it with cobblestone and with dirt. I'm not 100% sure if the dirt is gonna work the way I want it to, but we're gonna give it a try. Yeah, that's a pretty good start. And now what we can do is get some cave vines, some glowberries hanging in here. Oh yes. Oh, these things give such a cozy vibe, such a good, peaceful, magical feeling to the area. And if I use the glowberries, I might be able to actually take out any torches in this area and just light the place up with glowberries. Oh, yes. Oh, this is magical. I love it. Oh, I'm really happy with how this is looking. In a way, because there's so much light up in the ceiling shining down from over here, it almost gives the illusion that that part of the cave is actually open to the sky and we have sunlight filtering down onto the enchanting setup. Now, before we go on to decorating the rest of the cave, let's do a little bit of enchanting. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some chests we can bring in there. A grindstone. I don't really want to put any iron into an anvil right now, but we'll get an anvil in there in the future. And then some lapis. Alright, I think we'll put one chest right there. Kind of tucked away, the other one right there. Our grindstone can go right there. So one thing I find helpful when enchanting is to try and enchant multiple things at the same time so that you can look through all the different possible enchantments. Right now I'm looking at enchanting these things here. Let's see what we can get. Diamond pickaxe, efficiency 3, okay. The iron pickaxe was efficiency 4. Fire protection on the helmet, fire protection on the chest plate, protection on the pants, unbreaking on the boots. That's kind of a hard choice, honestly. I'm not sure I want to take any of these. So, actually, what I want to do is make some books. Books are another thing to bring to your enchanting session because sometimes you can get a nice enchantment on the book. Ooh, Fortune 2. Nah. I'm just gonna take the lowest enchantment, put it in the grindstone, and unenchant it. So now because I've done that, all of the enchantments have reset. So, efficiency 4 on the iron pick still. Efficiency 4 on the diamond pick. Okay, that's a little better. Ooh, fire aspect 2 on the book. I'd love to get that on a sword eventually, but it's not a high enough priority. I'm gonna try this efficiency 4 on the diamond pickaxe, and maybe we'll get lucky and it'll give us fortune or silk touch along with it. Yes! Fortune 3, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3. That's literally the best pickaxe I could have gotten out of the enchanting table. You can get up to efficiency 5, but not straight from the enchanting table. Oh! That's so good. That's so perfect. Let me check. Oh, and silk. Okay, yeah. I want a silk touch pick. Nice. Fortune and silk touch are in the palm of my hand now. I've got enough levels for one more enchant. Hopefully something good comes up. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hold off. So I'm going to keep my lapis in here, and this big chest is going to be for things to enchant or combine together or other stuff like that. because a lot of that stuff can't stack, and so having a big chest to organize things in can be really good. Oh man, I cannot believe the luck in this world. This is so good. I am so pleased. So what I'd like to do is go down into the mines and use our new fortune pickaxe on those diamonds we saw earlier. All right, here we are. 8 blocks of diamond ore. Normally this would give us 8 diamonds, but let's see what we get with fortune 3. $19. Oh my goodness, over double what we would have gotten otherwise. I'm so glad I waited. And with that, our total diamond count is up to 39. That's pretty good. But if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what to do with them. What do you guys think? Should I make myself a set of diamond armor, see what enchantments we can get on it? Should I go for diamond tools? I think with 39, I would have enough diamonds to get everything. But is that the best use of my diamonds? Go down in the comment section and let me know what you guys think I should do with all these diamonds we have. Now the next thing I want to do is something I talked about doing on episode 1, which is use Silk Touch to collect the emerald ore blocks that are all around my base. I don't know what I want to do with it in the future, but I do think it's more valuable to me as a building block than for the emeralds, because getting emeralds is really easy once we start doing stuff with villagers. Alright, it's time to turn our sights to this cave. I have some plans for what I want to do with this. However, it's going to require a lot of greenery, and that can require a lot of bone meal. We have a stack and a half of bone meal right now, and a couple of extra bones, but I really don't think that's going to be enough. In the past, I had kind of 2 go-to ways of getting bone meal. One, if you can find a skeleton spawner, then you have an infinite supply of bones, and thus an infinite supply of bone meal. Then there's also the composter, which you can use to compost extra seeds and other extra stuff. Both of those methods work and are good, but recently I learned a thing that blew my mind. Let me show you. I'm going to demonstrate this thing I learned here in the stone quarry. I'm going to put a composter down here, and now I have here in my hands 1 moss block and 4 bone meal. When you bone meal a moss block, it turns the area around it into moss. Like so. Now if I jump back over to the composter, remember we started with 1 moss block and 4 bone meal, and now I have 4 bone meal still, 39 moss blocks, as well as some bushes and carpets and seeds. I knew that you could bone meal moss and make it spread. What I didn't know is that the amount of moss that it creates can be composted down into more bone meal than it took to make. In other words, if you have moss and bone meal, then you have infinite moss and bone meal. It's the craziest thing, and right now I'm happy to do it manually, but we can totally set up like a crazy automated system that does this itself, a machine that turns moss into bone meal, feeds the bone meal back into itself to keep turning stone into bone meal, and then storing the excess bone meal and the excess moss, and it's just crazy. But that's really good for us today, because that means that I can get all the bone meal that I need for what we are going to be doing today, because of a crazy Minecraft mechanic. Although, if I'm being honest, I'd say about 50% of me playing Minecraft is me exploring and experimenting crazy Minecraft mechanics. There are just so many fun things in the game that you could kind of exploit in funny ways, and I actually really enjoy it. So currently in Minecraft, there are 3 underground biomes. You have the dripstone caves, you have the lush caves, and you have the deep dark. This cave here, we can see, is already partially dripstone cave. And I want to kind of keep that and be somewhat true to that. But I also love the lush cave. I love the feel of it. The greenery, the bright light. And so what we're going to do is turn this into a lush dripstone cave. We're going to combine the 2 cave types. And I think one of the things I'm going to do as part of that is tear out all of the ores. I don't think I want any ores in the walls or ceiling. Maybe I'll change my mind later, but for now, I think I want to get started in this area, because this is a pretty big cave. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to get done in one episode, but I would like this area from the storage building to the enchanting room to be pretty good, and then we'll slowly work our way across. Or who knows, with how the moss spreads, this might actually be way easier than I'm expecting, and it may take no time at all. So we'll start by fortuning these ores. Oh man, an efficiency 4 diamond pickaxe is so much faster than what I've been using up till now. I think I'm gonna have to pull out all this granite too, because I think basically I want the cave to comprise of stone, cobblestone, dirt, and moss. We have some grass back here that we could use, because there's grass out here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll connect this up and we'll have sort of a grassy area here that transitions into the mossy, stony area. I would like to know, can moss convert granite? Oh, good, it can. Oh, that's good. So I have kind of a dream or a goal with this cave, and that is that it will be entirely safe and lit up without a single torch. So to achieve that, we're going to be using glow lichen and glowberries. So this here is my temporary glowberry and glow lichen farm. Alright, I've got a little section of this done. This can kind of give you an idea of what we're doing with this cave. We're going to mix this all the way into the other side, and then we're going to bring some of the dripstone elements in. More on that side. This side's going to be primarily just lush. And I am really enjoying having some browns in the floor, so I may have to come in with some coarse dirt so that the grass doesn't spread over everything. Oh yeah. I forgot that these vines are just gonna keep on growing. Unless I think you... There you go. Right click it with a shear and it will stop growing. I also would like to put my other spore blossoms somewhere in this area. Yeah, that works. This here's the pig that jumped out of the shadows and scared me a few episodes ago. I don't know if this pig is magical. Maybe he's the one that brings the magic to this cave. Or maybe he's a demon here to glut on the magic for himself. Only time will tell. Or, you know, maybe he's just a normal pig. The pig just went in my house. Oh, great. If I go back to the storage building in a few minutes and the whole thing's been burned to the ground, then yeah, that pig is definitely a demon. Guys, the pig is gone. I can still hear it. Is it upstairs? My goodness. I am beginning to be very afraid of this pig. I called him out on being a demon, and he immediately invaded my home. So now let's get back to working on the cave. As I expand it out that way, I think I am just going to leave all of the grass and the bushes and just get this whole cave feeling very lush, very overgrown. This area I left clear because I want to have more control over the detail work, and I'll be putting in bushes and grass and whatnot in here. This is the part of the cave that I'm going to be seeing the most, as it is where the enchanting setup is. So it's the area that I care the most about how it looks. As for the rest of the cave, I just want to give a feeling that the area over here, how this feels, is extending this way. although the detail work is actually going to be a lot less in the further parts of the cave. One thing that I would love to add in here somewhere is a pool, just a pool of water. Maybe I could do like a multi-leveled thing that kind of flows down. And who knows, maybe we could go so far as to putting a waterfall going off over the edge. Or maybe we could do something like that over there. But I would love to get some water in here. I think that will add so much to the peaceful feeling that we've got going on in this cave. For a bit of realism, what might be cool is if we actually start it coming out of this wall. So, you know, it looks like some hidden mountain spring has broke through the mountain here and is flowing down, and we'll have, you know, terraced pools like I was saying, flowing down for a little while. I'm gonna see if I can throw something like that together and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so I just kind of dug out some pools. I'm not sure if I want to change out the blocks in the floor or if I want to just leave it very much blended into the rest of the terrain. And I may continue it further down past this in the future, but I want to go grab some water and see how this looks so far. So I think working from the bottom pool up is going to work best for me right now. Yeah, so we get the water flowing down from that pool into this one. And there we go. Water flows in from some unseen source into this first pool, spills down into the second, spills down into the third. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, I think the slabs actually add a lot to the shape and the depth of this. I don't know if walls are going to help at all, but I might throw a few in just to see how they feel. And now I'm planning on bringing 3 more plants in to help decorate this place. I want as much life as I can get in this cave. And that's going to be drip leaves. I also want to add some sugarcane and bamboo. Look how alive this place feels with all these different plant types, with a little bit of blue from the water, and then lots of earthy colors, greens, browns, and grays. Oh, I love it. So this part of the cave, the part that I'm going to be in and out of the most, is looking pretty good. I'm very happy with it. But for now, there's just a few more things we need to do. We need to get the pig back in the cave. I want him in the cave and not in my storage building. And my question for you guys is, what do you think about this pig? Is he a friend or is he a foe? Is he a normal pig or is he a powerful magical being? Go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments, and also give me a name. What do you think we should call this pig, whether or not he be a pig or a demon? We'll end with a faraway view of the partially finished cave. You can barely even see the section that's actually been done. Take a picture of this in your mind and be ready in the next episode to compare it to how it's going to look in its full glory. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This has been a ton of fun. We have magic in our world. We have a magic pickaxe and maybe a magic pig, but most importantly, we've had a wonderful fun time in Minecraft together. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.